Hi, everybody. Glory, glory, hallelujah, amen. So, I'm going to just impromptu start. It's dinner time. I'm hungry. So, was Nana chilling. I think I got enough battery to get through the process. I should sound way more excited. But I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. Oh, actually, I'm not. So, y'all going to get to see the nitty gritty. Because I seen in the, because I've watched videos where they make mushrooms, and I've seen them wash them like multiple times before they package them. And then by the time they get to us, they're dry and ready to go. So once you wash them again, then they're wet. So it's like hard to really make certain dishes with the mushrooms once they're wet. But if you want to wash them, well, really, it's just so much going on. I believe tonight this hurricane is supposed to be coming. And then in one of my videos, a little further back, I mentioned Jacksonville, Florida. Because I was down there with my family, and we stayed at the Hyatt, and I was walking around because I like to walk. And I was seeing a whole lot of my people. So, it was like, and I took that with me back up north. So, and before even I visited Florida, I was always looking at Florida like, that's kind of out there a little just like tributary. It looks like a tributary state. Like nothing else is shaped like Florida, and it's like literally poking out there. So if the ocean comes in, global warming or not, that's not like the place you want to be. And then I was remembering Jacksonville, and now we got something coming towards Jacksonville. So it's like kind of sad. And I know in Louisiana, you had areas where it was predominantly our people. And it just so happened that that's where a whole bunch of water went. And now we got a lot of people in Jacksonville. And unfortunately, it appears that a lot of water is going to be in Jacksonville and all around Florida. So what I was doing throughout the day, and ever since this whole, for the first one and the second one, like just walking, doing my day and thinking of Florida, and I know the Most High got angels and power, and for things to be good, and bad things can happen, but good things can happen. And I do believe that my prayers help the good things to happen. So I'll be sending the positive energy and the prayers and the Most High, and everything be good, like type energy over there. Because if I can go, if I'm called and the Most High push me there, I'll be there. But I'm doing what I could do from here, which is that energy sending, Most High send what prayers go up, blessings come down. Yeah. So I'm doing my part. But that's one thing going on. It's been on my mind. As you can see, that's why I'm talking about it now, because it has been on my mind. And when it's on my mind and I'm thinking about the Most High, like just walking, thinking about the Most High, and then I think of stuff like that, and then it's time to start using that energy and saying, may these people be good, may these people be good, may the angels help them, may the Most High help them, and they be good, and they with the Most High, and everything be good. Like, You know, I think there's more sophisticated words that could be used, you know, like, but that's just me and my prayer, you know, like that. If anybody's wondering, however you do it, and it goes up, and it's good intentions and good, you know, you just want things to be good and okay, and you send that prayer up, you know. And you say, Most High, I'm a willing vessel if it's anything I could do. Because some people got paper out there, some people got the means. And when you got the means to help, and you in that walk, and you praying, and you be like, oh, snap, I can do something. And then you do it, because you already walking in that. And if all you got is the energy, the prayers to send up for good things to happen in bad places, then you send that up so you could do more. Yeah, that reminds me of the scripture of when the Most High gave you a little bit, what did you do with it? You did a lot with it, so now the Most High could give you more. Pretty straightforward. So yeah, this is gonna be the cooking show. I'm just washing stuff, so I could cook on it. It's already clean, but I washed twice, once before, once after. And I was hearing some sisters commenting on cooking. When you cooking, well, let me show y'all what I use. I use this. So she was like, okay, when you're cooking, no, you just use the water straight from the faucet. So she didn't say that to me directly, but I was just picking up on it, and yeah, that's a bad habit. So I'm putting the word out for anybody who didn't hear that, what I heard, or it crossed my mind, but I just went over it quite a few times in my mind. But sometimes you got to hear it a few times before you change. And I think I might have heard it for the last time. So filter your water you cooking with, if you have a filter. And this is the filter. I'm not going to say no names, but I've even got filters for people, and they didn't use them. You just pour the water in there. Ta-da. And then the waters goes through the filter. And it takes out, like, come on now. So I got a lot of stuff to cut up. I didn't even like put it all in my mind yet of all of the steps, but definitely it's gonna end in a saute. I am gonna wind up washing the mushrooms. That's what I was saying. I wanted to try to get around it, and even though I seen the because I watched a lot of videos in my day, so when they're mushrooms in the factories, they grow it, and then it goes through a wash. While it's growing, it's getting water squirted on it, and then it goes through multiple washes, and then you finally get the product. But y'all know how we are. We wash everything, so I'm gonna wash these mushrooms. Technique for washing. One of my videos, I didn't wash the what was that? The spinach, because I don't have a fine the finest. This is the finest strainer I have, so that's gonna like practically spinach is gonna be running out of it. By the time I'm done, ain't gonna be much spinach in it, but I'm gonna get one. I need to write that on my list. I went out today. I should have wrote that on the list, but because it did cross my mind. But I really dislike wetting these mushrooms. But I'm not only am I gonna wet them, I'm gonna give them another rinse with vinegar, and they're gonna soak up the taste of the vinegar. I mean, they're gonna soak up the vinegar too. And so this is my first rinse. And then I should use the strainer instead of the pot. So this is gonna be my first rinse with the mushrooms. And then after I do my first rinse, I'm gonna add the vinegar, and then I'm gonna do a final rinse. So I might as well put them back in the pot now. Rinse. Alright. So now I'm gonna grab the vinegar. I could use more light. Okay. Vinegar. There you go. Alright. So I'm just adding the apple cider vinegar to the mushrooms. And plus, what it does to the consistency of the mushrooms is quite interesting. It gives it a more, because I've done this before. Not this whole dish. I'm gonna be doing different flavors that I haven't used before, but I've added vinegar to washing my mushrooms before, and it really did absorb a lot of the vinegar. But I had that once I rinsed it with the vinegar, I already took the taste of the vinegar into account for when I was gonna add my seasonings and what seasonings I was gonna add. So that automatically makes me also think I'm about to switch it up too. I'm happy I'm mentioning that, because I was gonna go with, since I'm using the vinegar, I was gonna go with this before. That's yummy too, by the way. That's a yummy seasoning. But instead, I'm gonna go with the cilantro and lime. And since I'm doing that, that's pushing me towards the pimento and cloves. What, Nana? Perpetrators? I ain't even going to reach. Because then they get deep to the tray, to the day. All right. Let me think. I was going to go with a overall garlic flavor, but it just switched with the vinegar. So, and just by the way, anybody who thinks vinegar is not a pop-in flavor, that's a vinegar sea salt right there. But I don't need that. Let me go see why Nana's tripping. So what happened, Nana? What's going on, boo-boo? What's going on? Yeah, her fur is lit up on her back. She ain't happy right now. It's okay, Nana. It's okay, Nana. All right. Yeah, so I checked my bill online. This was so interesting. Like, when it comes to content in life, I try not to, but it's gonna happen. So I'm happy I have I'm happy I have people to share life with while I'm cooking and showing y'all how I do this. So the bill Eversource did, I gotta give them some credit. Well, I do need to take some accountability, I should say. They did send 2 letters that it did say urgent on the letters, but I do my billing online, so it said that I had till the 17th to pay a certain amount. So I was just planning on paying the balance before the 17th. Why I go to make my second cup of coffee and my I push the button and the button don't the light don't turn blue. I'm like, so I do all of the obvious. It did do a little sprinkle the night before. So I said, hey, maybe a storm was worse somewhere else in Connecticut, but close enough to mess with my power. So I said, well, I still have power, so let me go. No, I didn't have power. I said, I still got my phone, so let me go online and see what's going on. And I'm like, okay, I don't see no like urgent weather warnings for power to be out. I wouldn't think my power would be out when my bill is not due till this, I'll just say the date, the 17th. So I don't think we're still not past the 17th. Oh, and notice my power's back on. So it wasn't a matter of, oh, let me see a way around, you know? But anyhow, I don't even want to complain. $50, darn near $50 for them to turn it back on. And if you don't get them the $50, they can say, okay. So guess what? Your power don't get turned back on. So I'm thinking about setting up automatic with that. Then that won't happen. They whack. Yeah, I held for who I needed to talk to be like, yo, hold up. Like, I'm looking at my online bill, and it's saying it's not even due till the 17th. So why's my power out? I was going to make my second cup of coffee. I was like, well, we sent 2 notices. I was like, where? To my online billing account, that the one I checked to see if I got to pay a bill just like my other bills. Everything else is online. Like, why I don't have power? And then you're going to charge me another $50 on top of what my bill was that I would have paid. And plus 3-4 days before that, I went online and checked just to say, I'm like, oh, they sending letters. What they sending letters for? Let me check my online account to make sure everything is good. So I look, and everything is good. Next thing I know, like 4 days later, I'm going to make my second cup, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, why's my coffee not starting? I said, all right. Okay, so I just went from this pot to here with the vinegar. So I got to do one more rinse. What do I got to do with these? I don't got to, I got to try to dry them as much as possible. So that's enough water. So the first start is to put them back in the strainer and shake them a bit. Because who really likes soggy mushrooms? So it's either frying them or baking them. But to fry them is gonna be hard while they're wet. And I'm not gonna pat them down with paper towels because I don't want paper towel fibers in my Nana's upset. I don't like that. All right. Yeah, so I have potatoes from the other night while the power was out, which was last night. I put them in the fireplace. I used the fireplace for quite a few things. I even made a video, a short at the fireplace about rebuking, thanks to the word. So this whole pot, I just stuck it in the fireplace. So I want to chop these. And after I chop them, I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do next, but I could do something with those besides just having them like that. Even though I don't mind them like that. I went to summer camp a lot as a youngin'. All right, so yeah, I was in the garden earlier. This joint got big. So, and there's more peppers, more carrots. So, all right. So we want to fry those. Do we? That's what I'm trying to decide. Bake or fry, bake or fry, bake or fry. I feel them. I feel like they'll be okay for frying. They actually feel like they'll be okay for frying. I'm going like this with them. So I need to season them before I fry them. And I don't think y'all really got a good look at the seasoning I'm gonna use. It would be the perfect seasoning to go with the vinegar. So you could actually use a real lime and real cilantro. But this will make it a little bit easier for me. And that should blend well with the vinegar, because the aftertaste of the vinegar is already soaked into the mushroom. And we got the pimento, and we want to get the cloves, because cloves would taste good with that too, with the combination of the seasonings we're using. And it's very rare that we get to grab the Old Bay, but a splash or two of that. Oh, and this one too. Oh no, I already got enough peppers. I'm not gonna add that. Do we do a splash of ginger powder or real ginger? Let's go with the ginger powder, because I'm already gonna be chopping forever. So we're gonna use some ginger. So we got our lineup of seasonings. I need another strainer to wash these vegetables. That's part of what's taking me so long to get started. You can't start cooking with the stove covered with stuff. Yeah, that's why I took out this pan for the potatoes, because once I slice them, I could just throw that in the oven and they'll get even more crispy in a different type of way. Just gotta watch them so they don't get too hard. But I like stuff crispy. Hold up, I gotta put the phone down. Alright. Yeah, my mom's be telling me, she was watching one of the videos, she was like, do it gotta be so brown? I'm like, well, Mom, when you're cooking plant-based, you want something to be, what up, son? You want things to be a bit like crunchy texture, like when you bite into a crispy piece of chicken or a crunchy piece of steak. These are fresh from the garden, so I gotta rinse them. And there's different stages of the dish that I wanted to add this, which was closer to the end. But some of these peppers I wanna cook at the same time as the mushrooms. So I think that's these. These are not that hot, but everything else in here is. These are not that hot either. And the texture when they cooked is real meaty as well. So yeah, I'll put these in the first dip. Put the mad hot ones and the tomatoes in on the last dip. Yeah, because if you add certain things at the wrong time, they turn to mush, like tomatoes. So that'll go in the end with those peppers. These peppers will go in now. We're gonna be using this pan. I need a bigger favorite frying pan for these type of dishes because I do not think this is gonna make the first rock out. I got those other peppers over there and the carrots. The carrots will be easier prepared with the mushrooms at the same time. I don't think all of that is gonna fit in this pot in one fry. So I might have to fry twice. Now if I was baking, I could bake all at once. I got big enough pans to do that. So I need a new favorite big frying pan. So this is just a day in the life of a hungry plant-based person. I still need to rinse these. All right, so those big ones are going in now. And what else is going in now? The carrots. I already washed these carrots. Are those peppers going in now or at the end? Yeah, I'll put these peppers in at the end. No, I'll add these ones now too. Yeah, I'll just add these ones now too. And all right, so that's already okay. So I think I'm pretty much on autopilot with getting this ready. And I'll still talk through it as we go. But I was just getting downloads and flashes of what's going on here. So I've been doing like research on coastal cities and coastal states and coastal towns and what do they call it when the land erosion? And this is years and years ago to the point of predictive reasoning, with the polar ice caps. Might as well just say it, melting. Where's all that water gonna go? To the coastal cities. And it's pretty easy to see that Florida is poking right out there into the ocean as a state. And that's when the visions just started coming and coming and coming. And this is a long time ago. But it's not just Florida that I see the visions. You see what happened in Manhattan, the subway flooding. That wasn't a glitch in the matrix. That was just a glimpse of what is to come. All of these cities, states, towns, whatever you want to call it, if it's close to the ocean, it's time for the ocean to come in and take back some of that land. Why? Because we filled the air with things that make the ocean have more value. The balance of the temperatures in the ocean and in the air are not in its normal rhythm. Why? Because of exhaust and other experiments. You can't let off radiant energies on and into and around the earth and not expect the earth to react to it. So unless an experiment is absolutely necessary, we need not mess with certain things, but of course we do. There's heavy consequences. All right. Yeah, it's like energy can't be created or destroyed. Then you open up these energy portals, and then chaos. And that's when the Most High step in, let things happen. Let things happen, step in. When you could see, you could see. These are some mad big pieces. All right. You can turn some heat on. I still didn't season it. All right, I probably should do that over the sink. So for this, I'll say about a tablespoon and a half. Those mushrooms, they don't got no flavor. Well, actually, I take that back, because there are some mushrooms that do have some distinct tastes. With the average white ones, these big portobellos, I think that's what they are. You ain't getting much of a flavor out of it. Now this will just take it to the next level. The whole bay. All right, I put enough of that on it. Let me show y'all. Oh my gosh, no, relax. So I'm just getting busy with the seasoning. What's up, Nana? What happened? What happened? What? It's okay? We all right? It's so cute. Yeah, I didn't hold back on the ginger. The onion, I'm gonna have to definitely chop that because I want that cooked. So the carrots I gotta chop because I want that cooked. This is making me want to just saute, but I know I gotta do something real special with these mushrooms. So and I felt like I was putting in a lot of seasoning, but now once I look at everything I'm adding, I might have to add a little bit more because I gotta put these carrots, those other peppers, these peppers. That's gonna spread the seasoning a lot. So, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of chopping. Yeah, but praise go up, praise go up. The Most High is about to make miracles happen for people. Yeah, a lot of people think, a lot of people's gonna die, a lot of people's gonna die. No, a lot of people's gonna be saved by the Most High and the Most High's angels. Yes. Yes, miracles are about to happen. Yes. Yes. That part. That part. Ooh, I'm about to burn down the house. All right. So I'm using the grapeseed oil because that's the best for frying. And I'm not going to be stingy with it because of the amount of vegetables that I'm adding. And it will be ending in like a saute. And I think I'm going to just go straight in because the mushrooms will shrink if I eventually go to a high fire when I first start and let it actually boil down. Give it a chance. But it's going to look like a concoction to start with. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes down. Mama is upset. She don't really be wilding like that. All right, I gotta go see why she's so upset. Take this off high, put that on low. So I'm gonna be ready for you in 1 minute. Grapeseed oil. Nana. 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 I don't know what got her attention, but I ain't even gonna say nothing right now. All right. So we are gonna need to get at this honey, and no time better than the present. it's so good for frying. It sure look like it's smoked just like the rest of them. Look at this thing. I'm gonna turn it off for now. Ta-da. Okay. Yeah, so this is gonna end in a real nice saute. So I'm really not against using a lot of onion. And the onion also shrinks. So you really want to vegetable it up. Just drop this on top with the rest of the vegetables. Now the tomatoes, I'm gonna leave those for the end. Gotta get the carrots. Yes. We gonna be all right. That's right. Yeah, so all the coastal cities, if we don't do a complete rebuilding of the infrastructure to make it like a real modernized society when it comes to coastal living, then what's there doesn't stand a chance. Like if buildings aren't on stilts that could extend 100 feet up in the air or something like that, then it don't meet specs, it don't meet code. Because that you gotta take into account sea rise. If you're not doing that in this day and age when the ice caps are melting, then you're not being realistic. And then as far as the structure of the dwelling, it should be aerodynamic. Like any wind that comes towards the structure should literally flow around the structure. How you got something that is non-resistant to wind? Any wind hitting it should be like converted into energy. Actually, you should have windmills type structures and solar panels all over the place that take advantage of the shifts, and a solar flare should power the planet for the next eon, because we know how to harness the energy. But no, like, come on now. Nana's usually not this upset. She's getting upset now. Yeah, these These are kind of rubbery because they was in the freezer. Anyway, so I'm not going to add more Old Bay, but I am going to add more cilantro with lime. I can start the oil back up. It's going to be interesting when I plop it right up on there, because this thing looks like a lot. You just have to apply the skills from there. So this is how it's looking right now. Okay. And now that I think about it, I'm not really going crazy with the onions, because eventually it will be a saute. And by them being clumped together right now, that's probably going to save me room when I actually try to put all of this in that little frying pan. It's already smelling good. It's smelling delicious. Okay, my arm is getting tired. So I got the fire on a good 6.5, which I say is probably not bad. Let's see if all this stuff can actually fit. Well, it didn't actually heat up. Oh, that kind of sounds heated up. All right. So let me put this phone down. I'm dealing with hot oil. Which I probably want to see it go in just like I do. Did I put the cloves? No. I can add that though. Just not forget. Oh yeah, just give me more dishes. I gotta buy a new dish rack. Oh snap. Bad boy, boys will be boys. Okay, now the one thing I think I got going in my favor is that mushrooms do shrink once they cook a lot. I got it on a 7, so we're gonna see how that goes. I just gotta watch it. And you can eat mushrooms raw, but hopefully the vinegar did what it was supposed to do. Yo, that tastes mad good. It is hot. And I ain't even add the other peppers to it yet. Say word, say word. Let me cut those up now though. Let me get those and tomatoes chopped up so they'll be ready. Sizzle, sizzle. So let me chop these peppers. These joints is mad hot too. And it's already hot. But what's good is potatoes are bland. I probably had enough time to boil some more potatoes, but I'll do that tomorrow. Because to go with this dish, with this heat that's about to come up off these peppers, you're gonna definitely need a good buffer. The potato is great for that. You know, you're eating something real spicy to have the potato right there next to it. And you could be like, yeah, more potato. And it's about to be that kind of party, if y'all can see this. Yeah, I can see it. The camera's right on it. All right. Yeah. That's not a nice party right there. All right. So, we also gotta add the mixed vegetables. But I said I was gonna, that could go in at the same time. These tomatoes are gonna go in. I gotta chop each one of these tomatoes in half. And I still need to rinse those vegetables. Let me rinse them now. That means I gotta get all these tomatoes on here so I can put the mixed vegetables in there and rinse them. All this ain't gonna fit in that pot. I'm gonna have to use another pot at some point in the seasoning. I hope I got enough seasoning. I think I do from when I tasted it. So that's a bag of mixed vegetables, and this is the tomatoes. So I'm gonna cut each one of these in half, add it to the mixed vegetables, and when I add this to the next pot, it's gonna be with the tomatoes and the mixed vegetables mixed in together, and let that simmer for like a good 15, somewhere between 5 and, no, it's definitely gonna be more than 5. Let it simmer for like 10-15 minutes. Well, cook for like 5 minutes, simmer for like 10 minutes. So cook, get it up to a boil, and then turn it down and let it turn into a nice saute. Well, most of the saute is going to be going down right now, but once everything, all of the flavors mix together, it'll officially be done sauteing. And that's the vision. That's why in the beginning I was on pause so many times, because you gotta bring it together. Like right now wouldn't be the time to throw the tomatoes in there. You wouldn't even know a tomato was in there, besides from the taste. by the time this is gonna be done. All right. Let me rinse this one more time. I don't really want to rinse my tomatoes, but again, it's actually like the third time I'm rinsing these tomatoes. But it just came off this board I used for 20 things. Oh yeah, it's already like a soupy type of stew. Let me turn the heat up to bring that down, because I want the oil to actually start to fry the stuff, but I don't want nothing to stick either. I think it'll be all right. Now for the fireplace potato experiment. My son said he doesn't like this stuff, and I did my research on carcinogens. Burnt stuff is not really good for you, but I do kind of like that char flavor. I think they call it like Cajun, but studies show that things burnt by a direct flame are not exactly the best long-term health choices for dietary intake. But I had some plant-based sausages with not the Beyond ones, they're breakfast ones, like little discs. I had that in a fireplace with some noodles. And I barbecued it. It was delicious. It was beautiful. Yeah. So even though a bad thing happened, it was a beautiful bonding experience with me and my son in front of the fireplace, cooking. And my nose is starting to act up. It's starting to get real chilly up in the Northeast. So I've been having issues with the company that sent stuff for the big greenhouse. But finally it looks like everything is here. I started working on it today. I had to redig the ditch on one side of the length and one side of the width, about a foot in for both of those sides. So I got that done, and I got the majority of the frame up. I just got to put the doors on the frame. Things aren't lining up, of course, for me to do that procedure, so I'll have to figure that out. I have to move some poles around. But whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna do it and get that big greenhouse up now that the part finally came. And that pot sure looks like it's gonna be fun to scrub. The one that was in the fireplace. I don't think it was built to go in a fireplace. Hey, Nana. You got them? You scared them away? Good girl. And I think that was the last piece of potato. So I'm going to spread these out and make them yummy. Being that this is going to be super spicy. This don't really need much but a browning. Yeah, maybe with a splash of garlic across the top. Kind of like a garlic bread effect. So here goes the pan. I already rinsed it a few times. And which oil? This is going in the oven for a little while, so we should probably use grape oil. That should do it. All right. Well, this is not all gonna fit flat at once. Interesting. So we're just gonna have to do our best with what we got. So I'll show y'all the pattern. Well, y'all probably figured it out already. Distribute the space as best as possible. Okay, don't destroy it. There you go. Oh, all right. That's a thick one. Yeah, so we're gonna use some garlic tonight after all, which I'm happy, because I did have a little of a craving for some garlic. I think the bottom is coated enough with the grapeseed oil, so I shouldn't have too much of a hard time. Once this starts to get a little crispy, the main thing is to not over crisp it so that it gets hard. You don't want it hard, and if you don't pay attention, it could turn hard. All right. There goes the garlic powder. So again, the main spices is in there. But I am gonna put enough garlic on this to make you say, I taste garlic. That'll do it. And that'll clash with that fruity, spicy, vinaigrette, hot lime. I didn't add my cloves. I think a good 8 cloves to this would be just right. Yeah, it's starting to boil down now. I mean, ooh, I got a whiff of that. God, doggone it, dang at it. Ooh, boy, that's not a nice one. That ain't a nice one. The steam went up my nose from the peppers. Oh my gosh. This will make an African woman want to marry me. She'd be like, I didn't know that y'all could cook like that. Oh yeah, that heat feels good. It's getting chilly. I gotta shut some things down around the house so it don't get much more chilly in the house. Temperatures dropping. Since I'm cooking, I want the door a certain way. Ventilation. Alright, so we can start soaking this pot. Yeah, that might actually fit in there. As we got, this is the mixed vegetables and tomatoes, and then this is the mushrooms and the vegetables and the peppers, and there goes the garlic potatoes, and here goes the fireplace. So and there goes the fireplace pot. And I'm shutting off my electricity. They did me wrong. Yeah, I told them they need to boost that up, a pay rate of 2 or 3 or 4, and let them know that I'm complaining, and I'm sure many others have, because I know I can't be the first one that's looking at their bill and says it's not due, but their power just went out or got turned off. Really though? But good came from it. It's always gonna be all right. And the people who entertained, the people who entertained me, I was very pleasant with them, and I know they just doing their job, man. Mm. 'Cause I know no matter what I said, she already had it. She already had the win. either pay the either pay the reconnection fee or the power stays off. What more argument is there? But it was nice to be able to vent because I was like, yo, how y'all got it where you check your bill online and you got a due date that's not here and ain't nothing about your power getting cut off. That was the last thing I seen before the power was off. That I got a bill that's not even due yet. That's crazy. The bottom is smelling like it's starting to cook. Well, more than cook.